Welcome back to the channel. Now in this video we're gonna talk about our first experience being invited to a Bulgarian birthday party and having the opportunity to stay at a prestigious hunting lodge in the Stara Zagora region. Now the opportunity arose quite out of the blue, and one of our TikTok followers got in touch and we were talking for about a week, weren't we?
Yeah, his first message was, "Hi, I want to meet you in real life." And we were like, "Oh, okay. And then like a week later, he says, "It's my birthday at the weekend. I want to invite you to a party."
So we told him our transport issues as we rely on Dad's truck, and they actually arranged to have some of the other friends that are going to pick us up as they were passing through our village.
Everything was taken care of. Everything. I just want to say like a disclaimer here. Even the people we met said be very, very careful with the people you meet on the internet.
Especially if they want to meet you in person.
Yeah, and I was quite apprehensive about it. I wasn't feeling too great about it, and everyone we talked to was like, be careful.
Be careful. You don't know what is going to happen, especially if we're going to the other side of the country.
And it almost sounded too good to be true, because it was like, "Oh, don't worry, we'll transport you there.
You can stay over, we're having drinks.
You can stay over in the hunting lodge in the middle of a forest, in the middle of nowhere." It was like, ugh.
Okay. So a few days coming up to was it Friday?
Yeah.
To the Friday.
We were discussing whether or not like it was a good idea, whether we should just go for it. And you were getting a really good positive vibe.
Yeah, I said from the beginning, the universe is on our side with this one. And
he's a good guy.
Yeah.
And I can feel
the trust.
Yeah.
And just going off that, like, it's very easy for people to manipulate you and like lure you in, but I just trusted my gut, and we're so glad we went for it.
Yeah, and you made a joke to him, didn't you?
Yeah. I think the day before we had arrangements for someone to come pick us up and take us to the party. I said, "Please don't take us to the woods and kill us." And he's laughing like, he says, no, when you meet me, you'll understand.
That I'm a true friend.
I have a warm heart. I'm like, okay, let's go for it. So that's a bit of context on how it was arranged. Very spontaneous. And so like I said, there were some other people that went, Zaleska and Maria. Very, very...
Well, when we first met them, it was like, it was uncanny. They were like Bulgarian versions of ourselves.
Like looking in a mirror.
Yeah. And the interaction was easy, and like it was just so
comfortable.
Yeah.
It's like we've
right
never...
from the get-go.
Yeah, it's like we've known them forever.
Mm-hmm.
And of course we had the first 5 minutes of small talk where it's like, okay, like we're all going to this lodge in the woods together because Boris, the guy who had the birthday, he invited them from England. They're like friends in the past.
Yeah.
And so they hadn't been to this lodge before either, and it'd been years since they've seen Boris. So we're in a similar boat where we're going to this unknown experience.
Yeah.
So it took us about an hour and a half to get there from where we are. And throughout the car journey, we were bonding, laughing, and just absolutely on the same wavelength.
We went from being perfect strangers to like instantly as though we'd known each other our whole lives. And even in the videos, it's like 2 hours before that, we knew none of these people.
Yeah, and we're there holding hands,
and
dancing.
Having the time of our lives.
Yeah.
And like we're just smiling from ear to ear, and to the point where our jaw was hurting. But it was quite daunting because we knew that we're the only two people there that can't really understand what's going on. Because the other couple were Bulgarian, lived in the UK, so they could speak English.
Very good English as well.
Yeah, so we felt more involved that way. But when we actually sat down at the table, it was like, okay, we're the only two people here that have no idea what's going on.
We can only pick up on certain things. And we've said before, we understand more than what we can speak.
But we immediately felt like taken in. We didn't feel like we were sat on the sidelines and that we were just kind of there.
We're just the English as the +1. It was nothing like that.
Those that could speak English would obviously speak to us in English, but also help us interact with those that couldn't speak English. So it felt right from the get-go. We even had some of the Bulgarians that were there coming up to us and saying like, Boris has found some really good friends and you are lovely people.
Yeah.
And these are people that we didn't really interact with all that much because of the language barrier, but they still had that like
connection.
Yeah.
And the lodge itself,
Phew.
absolutely prestigious. We were saying we've never even been close to staying in a place like that. It wasn't like a hotel standard. It was absolutely like amazing, right down to the architecture, the detail.
It is what dreams are made of.
Yeah, 100%.
If we could do something like that here, then we would be over the moon. The table that we were sat at, how long would you say it was?
I think it was about 12 meters long by a meter wide.
And it was one
walnut tree trunk slice.
One slice
all
of
the
a
way.
tree. And all the chairs that were around it, there was maybe about 40 chairs, and they were all hand carved from a single tree trunk.
The quality of that place was absolutely immaculate. And that kind of goes on to the next point. When we got there and they said, okay, we've got some food, got some snacks, and we felt very at ease, didn't we? And
the hospitality is like no other. We have never experienced anything even remotely like it. It was like they had food on the table already when we got there, and constantly it was, have you ate enough? Do you need more food? Do you need more drink? Which is,
please feel at home. There was like cured meats and it was like a yogurt cheese snack thing as well, wasn't there?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I says, no, like this is already like family.
Well, we got to experience like proper Bulgarian food, handmade, and the food was incredible, and the people there provided that for us and cooked it for us. Like we didn't have to worry about anything.
And it wasn't just us; it was everyone there.
The absolute respect that they had for the lodge itself and for the people that were there it's just next to none. We can't believe that we've had the opportunity to experience that. We're so grateful.
So you can imagine after we're sitting down having a bit of a snack and we're chatting, and then the wine comes out and the rakia comes out.
But it's all homemade.
Yeah, it was all homebrew from one of the, I think it was one of Boris's uncles or family friends who'd made it. And the difference is when you drink the homemade stuff, it's strong, but you don't wake up
with the headache, with the wine headache.
Yeah. So you can carry on drinking, and I think I was the only person who actually threw up twice in the middle of the night in the bathroom, because there was no way I was going to allow myself to be sick anywhere else.
That's just you down to a T.
Yeah.
It's always Mark.
I'm always the one, and I went bed first as well.
Yeah.
But the value of the property was very expensive, and we did get told the amount, but that's not really relevant. But
apparently it was made by a Bulgarian man who lived in the US, and he invested back into his village and his culture and pretty much built this place. I guess money is like no object to him, so he built this place and he said, there you go, to the hunters, this is yours, you take care of it, it belongs to you now. And because it's been given to them, like we were saying, the respect that they have for it, it was immaculate.
Yeah.
Absolutely immaculate.
And it had everything. Like, it was pretty self-sustained. It had the panels, solar panels.
Because it's right out in the middle of nowhere. which is quite funny because we were on the way there and we're joking saying, oh, it actually does look like he's taking us out into the middle of the woods to kill us.
The signal disappeared on our phone. It's like, right, this is it now. There's no turning back. Like, we're in.
He's taking us where no one can hear us scream.
Yeah. And we laughed at loads about that. But
self-sustained.
The family of Boris, who we kind of think they take maybe partial ownership, or they just help maintain it. I think the owner is still in America. But when we say they're looking after it, like, for example, a drink was spilt, and within seconds it's getting mopped, the sides are all wiped down, and we actually went to bed, didn't we? And there was a bit of a mess. It was a party, like, there's glasses.
There's plates.
Yeah.
We wake up in the morning and it's immaculate.
It was like...
immaculate.
Wow, like, it's like the fairies came and just cleaned it all. And...
We would have helped
to
clean it, because obviously we were part of the people that made the mess. But it was all taken care of, and even if you tried to offer to help, don't worry about it. Like, don't worry about it.
We do this. We will take you in, like. So
we had the time of our lives.
Absolutely, once in a lifetime experience. And like I say, the family are hunters, and Boris was telling us that he's been learning how to hunt since he was 12 years old. And
that's a very normal path for a man to take in Bulgaria.
Yeah.
It's a very traditional kind of hobby.
And one of the walls in the open area of the dining area of the house was like a trophy wall. And they said there was like a boar head. And for us, it's like hunting and that kind of area of culture is like an old tradition in the UK. You don't come across it.
It's almost frowned upon.
Yeah.
Like, people in the UK tend to go hunting for trophies, whereas over here, there's a different reason for it. It's not trophy hunting. It is.
It's like
it's a
communal thing.
But they respect the nature, and they respect the animals, and they don't just hunt.
They don't do it
kill.
for fun. No.
They don't kill
excessively. They're very in tune with the surroundings. So there was this boar head on the wall, and you can imagine my eyes like, what that is huge. And I think Boris said it was like 150 kilogram boar or something. And you could see all the photos around the place of the family and each festival hunting season thing. Absolutely amazing. So
you should have seen the look on his face when I told him I was a vegetarian.
Oh yeah.
The look of panic, sheer panic.
Because I didn't tell him before we came, because he said, "Oh, there'll be food there and snacks." So we're like, "Okay, sound."
We assumed it would be meat anyway, and since being here, we've been offered meat dishes, and I don't feel like I can refuse them. So although I'm a vegetarian at heart, because I want to integrate in the community, sometimes I just have to bite the bullet.
But yeah, the difference is it's not like processed meat. This is like real steaks, and it's not like we're going against our morals to integrate, but to show them respect and the quality of the meat that they prepare. Even in the rural villages where it is just local cattle and they do it in a smaller way, it's just it's so much love that goes into it. They're not just like...
It's not mass produced in the same way that it is in the UK, where the killing is just...
Battery farms, it's not like that.
It's not like that.
No. So, in general, like, to sum up the night, we met, obviously, loads of different characters, and we've mentioned Zaleshko and Maria, and those were the people who took us there to get to Boris's party, and similar age as well, just a few years difference. And if you're like us and like-minded with the escaping the system and connecting with like spirituality and nature, yeah, we have a lot of interest in astrology and
spirituality.
Yeah, spirituality in general. So Maria actually specialises in tarot card reading. So if you're into that, I'm going to put her channel in the description of this video, called Tarot Portal 123. absolutely amazing. And we got the experience of her reading our birth charts whilst we were there before they got to know us. And it was so deep, wasn't it?
Incredible.
Yeah. And it's just like, so definitely shout out to Maria. Her knowledge on that specific subject is literally out of this world. She really knows what she's doing. But yeah, that kind of sums up the experience of our first Bulgarian birthday party. Our first time staying at a hunter's lodge in the middle of nowhere, and we come back, and the reason we wanted to make this video, like I mentioned at the
We're
beginning,
still talking about it.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
3 days later, and we're
on a
like,
high of it,
laughing
yeah.
and
And obviously there's loads of videos, and we might put some overlays and some pictures whilst we've recorded this video, so you can see and visualize what we actually experienced. So thanks very much for watching the video, and if you've had any similar experiences or invites to Bulgarian parties, let us know down below, because we'd love to hear your side and your perspective as well. And if you are Bulgarian watching this and you do also hunt in a community feeling, and just let us know, we're really interested. And see you next week. Do skoro.
Do skoro.
Do skoro.